Hello, this is Chiak. We are back with Danganronpa 2. Once this thing loads in, I can do my sound check. Hey. Yeah, there we go. It's timed it perfectly. Not really. I didn't time it at all. Either way, starting a bit later than I wanted to, but I am starting. So, I am thinking this is going to be the second to last set. Because, yeah, I gotta end this sometime soon. I think next week, which should be the last one. I'm going to make sure it's the last one. Oh god. Sorry, I'm seeing excellent connection still. Everything's good going? Okay, great. So, let's quickly jump in and do all of our pre-trial stuff, which is aka looking at what the hell. Surprisingly, Nagito is dead, so we're just gonna have to go through that. Honestly, I was expecting him, or maybe because I was basing it off the previous game, because Nagito was that character who's like also being very helpful in investigations, doing their own investigations, providing insight. But yeah, this time he is dead, unless he faked his death somehow. Victim, Nagito Komade. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration. Oh god. There's a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. Excuse me. I can actually had to use my throat spray. Assuming my voice is a bit tired from yesterday, so either way. Torture wounds. Both of Nagito's legs were tied with a rope, and each rope was tied to nearby pillars, which prevented him from moving. His thighs were also covered with a lot of stab wounds. The rope that was tied to Nagito's right arm burned off. However, Nagito's right sleeve still looked clean. A survival knife that was stabbed into Nagito's right hand. The knife is from the military base. It's safe to assume that the wounds on Nagito's legs and left arm were caused by this knife. Blood was splattered on the palm of Nagito's left hand. For some reason, the splatter cuts off in the middle of his palm. Also, the back of his left hand has an unnatural blood stain that's only above the middle joints of his fingers. Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape. However, the blood that splattered onto his face wasn't under the duct tape. The duct tape itself had a lot of crinkles in it, as if Nagito was desperately moving his mouth underneath it. The spear impaled through Nagito's stomach. A cord with an iron weight at the end of it extends from the back of the handle. For some reason, only the section where the cord and the weight touch is bloody. A life-size Monokuma plushie that was found on the floor near the fire's origin point. It has a huge bloody hole in its stomach as if it was stabbed. Blood on girder? A faint red line was on the ceiling girder inside the goods warehouse. Hi, regulator. So I'm wondering about this one. We know Nagito was tortured. I'm just trying to what was the manner of his death? Because he got the burn. One rope had burn marks on it, which I have to assume it's from the fire, but I don't know. I don't know if it has any cause in his death or is just an after effect. Then we have. That would make sense with the cord. I'm just not quite sure because he's clearly holding onto that cord, right? But I'm not sure how this plays into things or where the bear plays into it. So we have all these pieces, but they're just not quite meshing in my head. Then we have this. A lot of tipped over Monokuma panels were scattered around the goods warehouse. In one area, the panels seemed to be laying on top of each other in a straight, orderly line. Found at the fire's origin point, it looks like this is what caused the fire. An MP3 player that comes with speakers, the music that was blaring throughout the warehouse, when Hajime and the others arrived was coming from this. Sonya secretly used one of the bombs from the military base at the ancient ruins and found out that the bombs were fake. At the time, Monami was apparently peeking at the whole thing. Monokuma knew all along that the bombs were fake, however, he apparently never revealed that fact to anyone. The diary that Monami updated every day, or did she? According to Monokuma, Monami can't write. These were hidden at Nagito's cottage under his bed. Gas mask and... Okay. Found at Nagito's cottage under his bed. It's a round, thin piece of aluminum paper. Poison found inside the refrigerator at Nagito's cottage. The warning label on the back of the bottle states, "This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care." Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized. In a gaseous state, it is heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis, so it is possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications. Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight. The file contains the Hope's Peak Academy student profiles for all 16 students participating in the school trip. Due to the fact that Monokuma forged the traitor's profile, looking at this won't help identify who the traitor is. Okay, and we're back. So yeah, I also have to remember, this is not just about Nagito's death, it's also about possibly who the traitor is. Because I would imagine the most likely suspect is whoever the traitor is. But we don't know that. I imagine the music was playing to cover his shouts. He was struggling frantically. So yeah. So let's quickly... I want to recheck that I've set all the skills that I could. Which, I don't even have all the skills that I can. I have 64 points that I can use and I can't use them all. Either way, that's done with preparations. There's really nothing else I can do. Let's dive into the supposedly last final class trial for this game. I believe it, but...
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Monami's glaring.
Oh my! Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit? Chesto!
Okay. It's funny hearing the rabbit in the moon thing, just because I can't remember off the top of my head, honestly, but there is, at least I know in Chinese culture, there is a story involving the rabbit in the moon. I'm curious if the Japanese culture have the same thing, since sometimes some folklore, possibly folklore, I know literature, but are shared, so.
One more time!
She's not responding, though.
Jeez! How about this one?
She's still not responding?
This will be my final blow!
No, she's silent.
It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who was attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid! There's no way in hell I'm the traitor!
Now that's more like it! Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito, is here, right? Are they the same person? Or... Oh, interesting. Okay. Torture wounds...
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up! I'm telling you, they were torturing him!
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito!
Okay, that works.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place!
Okay, no, that's an agreement statement.
If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first!
That was Fuyuhiko!
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone!
Okay, what am I, Okay, so we have some agreement statements and we have some... There's also the option of using one of their statements against the one of the arguments or agreements in here. Now the question is, what exactly am I trying to... Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? Okay. So let's have a look. Let's go again, but let's have a look at all the, what my truth bullets are. No, were the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place?
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up!
Okay. Oh, shoot. Wrong thing. Okay, so torture wounds. Both Nagito's legs are tied with rope. I should actually read it. Tied to the pillar, prevented from moving. Thighs were also covered with a lot of stab wounds. Which, what's the point if you haven't tied up? Why are you stabbing him in the legs? Let's see what else we have. The survival knife, what does that specifically say? Survival knife that was stabbed in Nagito's right hand. The knife is from the military base. It's safe to assume that the wounds on Nagito's left legs and arm were caused by the knife. Okay. Survival knife that was stabbed into Nagito's right hand. Okay, so this isn't really saying, it just says like mostly that the knife is from the military base and stabbed into his right hand. It's safe to assume that the wounds on Nagito's left arm, legs, and left arm were caused by the knife. Whoa. Where did I go down to? Duct tape? Was duct tape one of the things? Okay, where are my other options again?
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito!
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place! If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first!
Okay, so maybe that's what I'm trying to dissuade from. But I don't think we have anything that's specifically... Okay, I need to look at my...
That was
Duct
Fuyuhiko!
tape, Monokuma plushie, Monokuma panels?
I found it by
Oh
coincidence.
no, that's not. Oil lighter,
There's no way I'd torture someone!
Account. Okay. I don't know, I'm thinking that maybe we're supposed to be arguing or agreeing something with something being stated within this conversation happening here. But Monokuma's account just states everything about this. It's not going to be the panels because that's more about how the fire was started. Same with the oil lighter. No, were the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place? Here's what's throwing me off. I'm not sure. Okay, so it has to be survival knife, so I'm most likely I'm trying to think. I guess there is a statement afterwards that's for agreement. Because when Soda's talking, Kazuichi is talking, that's supposed to be an argumentative because it's in yellow. But then the next one, I believe it's Akane who says it, is in blue, which is meant to be an agreement statement. So let's try the survival knife on that if I'm remembering things correctly.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place!
Oh no. Bomb's hiding place?
If so, the suspect...
I don't know.
Is whoever found the bomb first!
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone!
Okay. So the statements we have an argumentative statements about him being tortured, which is why did the killer torture Nagito? And then the next two are... One's an agreement about finding the hiding place. Then we have someone... I don't know why I'm having such trouble remembering what the next two are. I'm trying to juggle too much information in my head right now. Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? So maybe, do I take Sonya's statement? Or do I take Soda's statement and then use it on Sonya's? I'm gonna try that instead. Because I don't see how any
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him
I
up.
don't see how any of my truth bullets
I'm telling you, they were
work
torturing
on
him.
this.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Okay.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place!
No? Whoever tortured Nagito did not know that that bomb was fake. Okay. Ah, then that means I'm not the suspect. What? Okay.
Damn it!
I'm confused. I really am.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Okay, but we're not.
So
arguing
that's why
against
he
that,
was so
right?
beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him?
I'm confused because
Definitely.
I'm confused because if we were agreeing on something with the survival knife or something, that his statement should be blue, but it's not. So I'm really having trouble trying to figure out what I should be agreeing to or contradicting. So we have the survival knife. There's something about the duct tape. Maybe it's the duct tape. If he was being tortured, why cover his mouth? No, wait. If he was being tortured. Well, no. If they were trying to get information from him, why cover his mouth? Because only the first one specifically asked about torture. The second one was a reason for torture, which is the agreement statement. That said, I don't know, at the same... Well, no, there's no blood underneath, so his mouth was always covered. Okay. His mouth was always covered. That means they weren't doing to get information. But again, because it's a yellow statement, 2 blue statements for agreement, and then another need to contradict statement, which is... No. It's a blue statement for coincidence? Oh god.
If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first!
Okay, that's the...
That was
whoever found the
Fuyuhiko.
bomb first.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? So maybe I'm using the duct tape on his... Let's try the duct tape thing. I'm really unsure about this one. Because the first 2 are about torturing, and then the next 2 are about who found the bombs, or more about who the identity of the traitor is.
The killer didn't tape Nagi.
No, wait. Hold on. Let me rethink that. Because the main problem with what I just said, because his statement was Nagito was tortured. But then, is he saying specifically he's being tortured for information? Because I'm thinking very specifically here. Which I don't think this is it. I'm gonna try anyway and lose the points, but I don't get it.
I'm telling you, they were torturing him!
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito!
No, that's wrong.
Okay, that was it.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything.
Okay, so I think my issue there was that I was still on the track that, oh yeah, he was being tortured. But why torture if you're not looking for information? Unless they're just being sadistic, but...
If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared!
Already? We're doing this already?
Ah, I just realized it! It's a trap!
Huh?
Trap?
Stupid Hajime! You got caught in that trap!
What am I arguing with? What am I doing? What's happening? What torture wounds? Okay. Either way, I am not sure what he's trying to argue with in terms of the trap.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was taped shut, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap! They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention, this is how... First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, They duct taped his mouth shut.
Okay, so that is
Whew,
still,
that was close, you guys.
that was still the duct tape thing.
Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
Because we know there's no blood underneath the
Pay
duct tape.
attention, this is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information. Then, after they killed him,
Am I not supposed to hit those? Am I not supposed to hit those? Okay.
like you said, if Nagito's mouth, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
I can't back down!
Oh, didn't do it enough.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention, this is how it went. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
That's not it? So it's one of the statements before? Hold on, let me look at the duct tape thing again. Even though I feel like I've looked at it 1,000 times already. However, the blood spatter onto face wasn't under the duct tape. Okay, yeah. Maybe I'm supposed to be hitting the first statement then. It's the only thing I can do.
Crap! Pay attention, this is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
Oh, information about the bomb's location? Wait, what?
Crap!
Okay.
Pay attention, this is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bombs. Then, after they killed him,
Yeah, so I'm not supposed to be hitting those. Well, that at least affirms that, but... Man, this one is... Why is this one so hard for me? My brain is just not on today, or... I feel like it's being a bit obscure in what it wants from me. It's going back to the original topic. So, I mean, obviously it makes more sense that we can't use duct tape again, but I don't understand what I'm supposed to be arguing. What is the Spear of Gungnir? Spear of Gungnir, though, that truth bullet is about... more about the place where... the section where there's no blood. So that doesn't make sense to me. Like, still the only thing that makes sense to me is... this. The survival knife that was stabbed into Nagito's right hand. The knife is from the military base. I don't see how it's not the duct tape, because the duct tape is the one with the detail about blood being... blood not being under the duct tape. Maybe it's the second statement I'm supposed to be arguing with?
like you said, if Nagito's mouth, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the trap. They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
I can't back down!
Okay, this again.
But if you
Okay.
tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention, this is how... First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
No?
Then, after they killed him,
Allow me to cut through those words! No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
what did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
Are you in elementary school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds. Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so we wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
We can't think of any other reason.
But who could have done that? When the fire occurred, everyone in this room was gathered in front of the warehouse.
Okay, the panels.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
Which means, it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
Monokuma panels.
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect.
Guys, just get past this. We know what it is.
Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
Reason for the fire, huh? You're right. We need to clear that up first. Oh, what? What are we doing? Argument? Okay. Well, it's either going to be the oil lighter or the...
The direct cause of the fire was... the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
The killer used some kind of setup. And lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
No.
Based on the shape of that oil lighter, it can stand upright while the flame is lit.
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Any of them.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
Okay, no.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Sound waves, no.
Or perhaps opening the door caused...
I agree with that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure! A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan!
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right?
Excuse me, I am literally pouring myself tea right now. I was hoping you'd speak a bit longer, Hajime.
It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second. And from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
Sorry, I'm looking at this image right now, so you can see... Did the fire reach that far? I guess it did.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
Music? Music, 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 music? MP3 player? No, what the? Oh. Where is it?
I see! You're talking about the MP3 player, right? That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
Inside of the warehouse felt even darker because our eyes were still used to the bright sunlight outside. Within that darkness, a loud hymnal blared throughout the warehouse at full volume. Hey, do you guys hear something? Yeah, it's really damn loud. Does Nagito like listening to this depressing crap? No, I'm not talking about the music. As if on cue, it suddenly started.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
It's fine. I'll open it slowly. No, that's not the problem. Seriously, it'll be fine. With those words, Akane brushed off everyone's warnings and slowly opened the door to the warehouse. Huh? It's not opening. Is there something blocking the door? I can barely open it. I knew it. It's a trap. Seriously, just stop it, okay? Didn't I tell you it'll be fine? I just gotta use a little more force. What happened to opening it slowly? Akane ignored their protest, and with a mighty kick, the door flew open.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
And when we opened the door, the domino effect started, and the falling panels eventually reached the lighter.
Yeah, and that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
If that door was the only entrance to the warehouse, I see. What? Sorry.
Crap! I see! If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened, the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse, you know.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
Okay, you said this earlier.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
Are you saying Nagito? Huh?
You don't mean...
But if that's true, this murder...
Hajime? What do you mean?
The person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse. There's only one person who could have done that. Am I... Oh, here you are.
This is my answer! What if it was Nagito?
Huh.
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim. Maybe.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim, and he was the perpetrator too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid. His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget? Are you saying those were all self-inflicted?
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
Okay.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Like you said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. Is it the burned rope? Let's stick on this one, see where the conversation goes.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth?
Huh?
Or if you use your front tail?
What?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth?
Okay, so...
Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
I keep trying to hit that, and it's just not working. I'm just off it enough. Okay, so I guess let's just try this on...
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
No?
Crap! To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
What?
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
Hold on. What in the world? Okay, so there's only 3 statements to interact with. No, sorry, there are 4 statements. So there's Alkanes, which is something about using the front... what, the front leg? And then we have, using the teeth, which sounds absurd to me. So I don't think I should be interacting with any of hers. But the 2 statements is, tying up your arms and legs is impossible. Well, both his arms and legs are tied up. Oh, so maybe it was the burned rope. I used it on the first statement.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
I really want to hit that one. Okay, so let's use the burnt rope on his first
To
statement.
actually tie up your own arms and legs. No, that's wrong!
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
Okay, and that's why his sleeves not being burned is important in this.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
I see!
Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural. That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
What?
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
That doesn't sound-
That's definitely wrong.
That's not. You're going the wrong direction with that.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know.
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand. Ah, that much is obvious.
Hajime, you tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
Wait, excuse me, I did not hand you any money. Not only did she try to charge me, now she wants the money back? What the heck?
Hold on. There should be a way.
There should?
Then hurry up and spill it.
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest!
Way to stab yourself in your right hand using only your right hand. Okay. What? Where's my torture wounds? The blood on the girder?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
No? You think he... What do you mean by propped? Oh, sorry.
It's wrong?
So when I was thinking propped, I was thinking like propping it on the girder, but...
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow? And slammed his right hand down on it?
Okay, so that's what she was talking about.
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
What? Then how did he do it? Okay, is this another one where I don't have the evidence at all?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free,
Unless it's like her...
how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
Unless it's her...
If he threw the knife into the air
This...
and let the
statement?
knife fall,
I'm not... What?
It's wrong?
I'm very confused because I don't know which
Even
of
if
these I
Nagito's
could
right hand was
use.
free,
torture wounds, burn
How could he
rope.
stab his right hand with his right hand?
Okay, what is the blood on the girder specifically again? A faint red line was on the ceiling girder inside the goods warehouse. See, that could just be more from the spear of Gunnier. So am I using one of the statements within to make a truth bullet to agree with something else? Okay, let's...
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow? And slammed his right hand down on it?
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
What am I... It can't bend that easily. Wait, is it the plushie? But the plushie was about a hole in it, right? Oh, you know what? Okay, so it would be the plushie then. See, I thought this was from the spear. But maybe it's actually from... I mean... Sorry, this is going really crazy, because this is insane. This has gotten more insane. I didn't know Nagito could be this insane if he really
Even if
did
Nagito's right hand was
do
free,
all of this to himself.
how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Oopsies, there we go.
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
There we go.
I agree with that. The life-size Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach. He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it. If that's it, he had to place the plushie near him. And it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then, he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
I knew that statement. There's no way that statement's not going to...
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
Say it one more time. I need to record it. For reasons.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out!
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear.
Okay, so this is where the blood and the girder and the handprint comes in.
It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stab into your right hand while your left hand is tied up.
So you're saying it's impossible?
But no matter what I think, I can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
I also agree with that. To think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty, I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth! It's against the rules to interfere with everyone! If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own!
Monokuma's sassing me!
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far, so... this might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
Of course that doesn't include Miss Sonia and me.
As Kazuichi said, it's true we've been constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone. No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe in everyone.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
Huh?
I feel that there's some way he could have stabbed himself with that spear.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together.
Okay. She has a little bit. She's saying that with her hand on her heart. It's like, ah.
That's how. We made it this far up till now.
Well, someone killed the rest of your classmates, but yeah.
Everyone, working together.
She's right. We've made it through several ordeals up till now by doing that. Then, even now.
Alright, let's do this.
Is this logic drive? Is this argument again? Blood on left hand? And it seems that.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Okay, we're halfway through the statements now.
Then that rules out his left hand. If that's the case, the only other way is...
It's actually...
He used his teeth?
God, you are on this
Or maybe he used his front tail.
Again?
I know guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
What are you saying?
Okay.
A blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
So it had to be the hand thing. I just want to make sure to see this through.
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear?
So it has to be with blood and left
Let's
hand
work
here.
together and think this through.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
No, that's wrong! Hold on. It's still too early to dismiss the possibility that he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm. Beyond that point, the bloodstain suddenly cuts off, right?
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain, but it's not the only unnatural bloodstain. Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
Gripping something?
I see!
When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front
Oh
tail?
my god, you're on this so much!
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear!
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he gripped the spear.
But even if he held the spear with his tied-up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
That's right, that's the
Hey,
problem.
Chiaki, what do you think?
Okay, when's the blood in the girder thing gonna happen? I don't know.
Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle, just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear. I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
I see!
That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
This game is English dub. I imagine all the games are English dub because the previous one as well. I don't know if there's an option to choose for the original Japanese audio with English subtitles because all I've seen was just either Japanese or English and that's it. And her name is Chiaki, but my username is just Chiak, which is basically just a combination my first and last name, so...
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping, huh? And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
No, we got the blood in the girder. Well, I'm just kind of confused because the spear is obviously bloody. So are they saying he threw it up and around? Unless he was like literally holding it the entire time, he stabbed himself, he injured himself, he stabbed himself in the legs, injured his left arm, then proceeded to stab his right hand into the propped up knife. And then the rest of the blood would be from when it stabbed him? No, but there was already blood on the girder, so that means the cord was technically already bloodied. Nagito was gripping the cord extending from the butt of the spear with his left hand. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with the spear?
It seems we are stuck. Shall we have tea time?
Are they doing a
At a
Monokuma
time like
break?
this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time. What does that mean?
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
How it was positioned.
Nagito was facing up and the spear was stabbed through his stomach. So if it's just before that, that's it. Could it be? The state of the spear and the fact that Nagito was holding the tip of the cord attachment? We're doing a logic drive. If I put those together and I think about it, I should be able to figure out. where the spear was and what state it was in before it stabbed Nagito. Is there this hangman Gavin? Okay, thank God. I'll take logic drive. Oh boy. Oh! That's the thing about going too fast. That's why I chose not the non-faster option, because I didn't trust myself to have that happen. Question. Above Nagito. Okay, what type of... What the? Ooh. Oh boy. Oh my god! I don't know which way they're gonna go! Oh, that was a bit of a close call. Question 2. Besides the spear, what else was above Nagito? The ceiling girder. Okay. You gonna throw... Oh. Oh! I literally do not know which way these things are going. Okay, those are just kind of staying there. Okay, third question. What items connects the spear cord? Hi. Okay. Hurrah! Alright.
It's all coming together!
Sorry, that actually scared me a bit. That was so abrupt.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
That'd be awesome, but he probably used the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support. He hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
Okay, so the blood was from the tip where he was holding. Okay.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
Again,
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling.
unless it's saying he already set it up and then he just used his hand to pull on the...
So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
So I'm looking at time. It's been about an hour, and this is making me nervous because I feel like we're going on the suicide track, but there's still a lot of evidence that I don't think I've used yet. So mainly I'm going, what else is going to be thrown at me? Because we also have all of this. So how's that going to come into play?
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is for real? He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Not just that, he did all that while he was gripping the spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth, too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy! Why would he do that to himself?
He was probably trying to get us to make a mistake. By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer.
Okay, but for what reason?
His goal was to get us all executed.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Jeez, and I was starting to feel a little sympathetic towards him. How stupid of me. I completely underestimate his capacity for malice. For malice? That malice was to himself. I don't know if... His mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he died. That's the form his malice took. I had forgotten all about it until now. If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other, and tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah, it appears we've come to a conclusion. The bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so we'd be executed.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
Why? I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about. I don't think it's a mistake to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Is it because we don't know who the traitor is, or...
So what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You are right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer? Understood. Then voting time.
No, hold on a sec.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but...
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is.
Huh?
No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Something related to Nagito's death, and it's something that even he couldn't have messed with.
You're gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
Oh, don't tell me this. Something related to Nagito's death, the piece of evidence. What? This?
Crap!
Chucky's worried about something else. What is she worried about? That even he couldn't mess with. Okay. Oh.
Crap!
What? I'm so confused. What are you guys talking about? Okay, maybe... I think the timer scares me a bit too much. Burned rope, survival knife, blood on girder, Sonya's account.
Crap!
What? Something related to Nagito's death, piece of evidence that even he couldn't mess with. What piece of evidence can't he mess with?
Crap!
I'm just slowly losing my health because I'm really lost on what this piece of evidence they couldn't mess with could be. Oh, this?
Crap!
Ah, what is this supposed to be? Is it actually evidence from one of his things?
Crap!
Okay, so it's nothing to do with that. So I guess it has to be... I know there's the aluminum foil, but then that does not make sense to me at all. Piece of evidence that he couldn't have messed with. Blood on the left hand, the duct tape. Is there anything else about this I don't know about? Blood on girder, Monokuma panels. What the hell? Caused by fire, MP3 player. Sonya's account is about... I already chose this one, right? Yeah, I think I did. I can't remember. Monokuma's account. Did I choose this one before? I literally cannot remember. I felt like I chose it, but I seriously... Okay, I know I did these two. I'm not gonna bother with this one. I'm not quite sure why that would be. I'm pretty sure I chose this one already. I tried this one. I believe I did Sonya's account. I did do Monokuma's account. I can't remember off the top of my head. The real question is, like, something he couldn't account for. Did I choose this one? I can't remember. What else is in here that... Okay, either the Monokuma file or Monokuma's account. Because I cannot remember if I chose that one before or not. Piece of evidence that couldn't be messed with.
Crap!
Okay, so it's not that. Chiaki's worried about something else. I've already tried the poison.
I see!
Okay, so it was the file.
Is it about the Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
The victim is Nagito Komade. The body was discovered inside the warehouse near the Monokuma plushie factory. The estimated time of death is believed to be noon sharp. Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand. The suspicious part of the Monokuma file that Chiaki is worried about is... Is it the time of death? Damn. Wait. It is okay, it's not time of death. Something of death. And it's a 5-letter word. Cause of death? Okay, it is. No, I need that. Okay, also, what the hell? Everything's too crazy right now. This is really chaotic. I don't know if it's even possible to not... Okay, I should just... If I try to... Need A. There we go.
I got it! In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
Not only is there a spear stabbed in his stomach, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Furthermore, there is a laceration on his left arm and a knife impaled through his right hand.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not?
Okay, so this is where the poison's coming in?
The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was the cause of death.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
Well, Monokuma, I plead the fifth!
There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Mikan's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place!
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
Are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations, and that concerns me. For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied, even if it's just to be safe.
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
This is friggin' annoying. But if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma! You heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait!
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be alright. That's what I believe.
Oh, splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you, huh? Now that I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. The absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. And the situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking. We're going into... okay, yep. A break in the trial?
No!
Man, my heart was racing like crazy when I thought about the voting time was gonna start, but... well, if you think about it rationally, there's no way it was gonna happen. We haven't done this bit yet. Most of the players probably figured that out too. You're the only one who didn't know. Isn't that right, Monami? Hey, how much longer are you playing this soap? Let's just get along, like we always do. Alright, you passed! Friendship is measured by how long you can stand the silence when you're all alone with someone else. So, Monami and I are the bestest of best friends! Don't say such stupid things. I hate you so much right now. Enough. Why do I have to be hated that much? Besides, the fact that you snap at me like that, I don't trust you at all. Not even a teensy tiny 1mm bit. Oh, sad. Distrusting your friend is so much more shameful than being betrayed by that friend, you know? We aren't even friends in the first place. And as your older brother, let me say this. You're not even my brother. It's sad to live a life without friendship. That's even sadder. That's even sadder than watching a high school rom-com full of guys. Well, there may be some demands for that.
Oh,
I fell for it. I totally took the math bait.
Oh.
I'm Monami. By now, there's nothing more for me to say. Anyway, my chest is full of pride right now. Everyone is united against despair. They're totally awesome. That's why I'm gonna fight too.
Okay.
I will fight the only way I can. I'm gonna show that guy my fearsome retaliation. That's basically it.
Okay. It's like, are you gonna say more
So
now?
if we're working together, where do we start? With the cause of death missing from the Monokuma file?
Why don't we try removing all our preconceived notions before we discuss this? In the beginning, our discussion advanced by assuming Nagito's death was caused by the spear. It's better to confirm if there are any other possibilities. That's what I think.
Other possibilities. Huh.
If something other than the spear killed Nagito, all I can think of is the knife stabbed into his hand, but...
That was definitely a gruesome wound, but it wouldn't be the fatal wound, don't you think?
If you think the cuts on his legs and left arm aren't the fatal wounds...
Are we finished already?
I feel like it's possible that we overlooked something.
Poison. Overlooked, huh?
Then let's bring up whatever we can think of, one after the other. That might clear some things up.
Come on, let's bring up poison.
Exactly! We should cooperate at a time like this.
Fatal wound that wasn't the spear. I don't even know if it actually exists, but it does. We need to... If it does, we need to find out what it is no matter what. Okay, argument? Okay, so what is... Torture wound, duct tape...
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
It's not the knife in his right hand, right? It's not the other wounds, right?
With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot be seen?
If it's something that can't be seen, maybe he choked himself with a sleeper hold.
What?
Or liquefied his guts with a body blow.
Just thinking about it, that's already a horrible death.
Okay, so we know which one we need to go with, but... Real cause of death, overlooked.
Let us consider a different fatal wound.
Just wanted to see what my options
It's not the
were.
knife in his right hand, right?
Akane, as usual, has something
It's not the other
absolutely
wounds,
crazy.
With all those wounds, maybe he simply bled to death.
I just want to get these,
There's no way he burned to death.
Was the cause of death something that cannot...
I agree with that! That's it. I totally forgot about that possibility. If the cause of death was something we can't see, then we have to consider poison as a possible method.
Poison?
It is true that poison is not something we can see, but why did you bring that up all of a sudden?
I remember, when I went to investigate Nagito's cottage, I discovered something really strange. Inside the refrigerator, I found a bottle of Monokuma's special poison.
Poison?
Additionally, that's a poison made specifically for killing. I see. Now that you mention it, there's no way a toxin like that doesn't relate to the case at all.
If poison was the cause of death, it would not leave an obvious wound on Nagito's body.
However, it's common for blood blotches to appear on a body that's been poisoned.
I see. You sure seem to know a lot about medicine.
What does that mean?
But, even if blood blotches appear, if the body was already covered in blood, there's no way we'd notice them easily, right?
Did he wound his body just to camouflage them?
That's also a possibility.
But still, both of Nagito's hands were full. So how would he drink poison?
His left hand was tied up and gripping the spear, and his right hand had a knife stuck in it.
If it was a slow-acting poison, it is possible he consumed it in advance.
No, the warning label on the bottle explicitly states the effect is instant.
Then it's impossible. Both his hands were full just before he died.
And this is when the hardtail appears!
You're totally overvaluing that tail!
His mouth was covered with duct tape, you know. If he wanted to drink poison, how'd he get it past his lips?
Okay, we already know that, like, this can evaporate and stuff like that, but it's kind of like, no, the details on the bottle state that the effects are instantaneous. I'm like, why don't you just tell them the rest of the details on the bottle?
If there's no way he could have drank the poison, it might be impossible. Just kidding. It's not like we're out of possibilities yet.
Are there any left?
Hell no! No matter how you slice it, he was totally killed by that spear!
Since we've already ruled out so many possibilities, it might be easier to think about what really killed him. Operation Elimination Method. The hint should be written on the poison's warning label. Maybe.
Hold on. Just in case it tries to do Hangman's Gambit, and I don't know what the word is, I'm gonna quickly look now. Okay, Vaporize, there we go. Vaporize and hydrolysis. Is it possible to put in the sprinklers when with the fire activated? Vaporize and hydrolysis. Okay, what is this? Logic drive? Okay. Whoa, okay. Question 1. Gas. There we go. What am I trying to avoid now? Ooh. Ooh. Oh boy. Yeah, probably should have made a jump there. I don't know if the jumping would have helped though. Oh no. What? I didn't make that jump? Oh. So I literally think this side is much easier? Am I not? What the hell? Okay, I think what happened was I just need to keep hold longer of the... Okay. How did the poison enter Nagito's... Through his nose? Unless it was saying through his wounds. Okay, through his nose, yeah. I mean, what's the point of having it in the gaseous state? Oh, it's just 2 questions. Okay, I was expecting...
It's all coming together! What if instead of drinking the poison, we assume he inhaled it?
Inhaled?
It's written on the poison's warning label.
This enchanted liquid is highly potent and takes effect immediately. Please handle with care. Though its volatility is low, this liquid is very dangerous when vaporized.
Dangerous when vaporized. In other words, breathing in the gas is fatal.
Poison gas! Then all he had to do was breathe it in through his nose!
He breathed that poisonous gas inside the warehouse? But if poisonous gas had spread throughout the warehouse, why didn't it kill us?
Sprinklers.
I see! The sprinklers in the warehouse. Thanks to those, we didn't inhale that poison gas.
The poison gas disappeared because of the sprinklers? It wasn't the fire?
Well, this was also written on the poison's warning label.
The gaseous state is heavier than air. It breaks down in minutes and is susceptible to hydrolysis. So it's possible for you to poison someone to death without any complications.
Of course! Hydrolysis! The chemical bonds that formed the poison were broken down by the water from the sprinklers!
Also, the poison is apparently denser than air, so it probably didn't affect us because we were standing.
But Nagito was laying down, so he must have breathed in a whole bunch of it, huh?
If it meets the requirements that well, maybe it's not just a possibility anymore.
Yeah, the true cause of Nagito's death was poisoning. The wounds on his body, the spear in his stomach, it was all to keep us from learning the truth.
So what?
Huh?
We figured out that Nagito died from poison, but so what? In the end, it doesn't change the fact that he committed suicide, right? Then enough already!
Nagito inhaled the poison he prepared and died. Yeah, that still sounds like a suicide.
Well, with this, we have a clearer picture. We've also determined the true cause of death. Alright, all the mysteries should be solved now. We should get on with the voting time, right?
So we still have the gas mask that was in the cottage, by the way.
Oh, well, but
And so the blue wrapper was also the tinfoil wrap, which I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be
What?
about.
There's still more?
I mean, not all the mysteries have been solved yet. In the end, Nagito's motive is still unclear. Did he commit suicide just so he could kill every last one of us? Was that really his motive? Is that really okay?
Hey, what happened? There's no reason to wonder about that stuff anymore, you know.
Nagito's motive. Nagito's malice. Is this really okay? Can we really finish this here? No, that can't be it.
There might have been an accomplice.
Huh?
Chiaki, what did you just say?
If Nagito committed suicide by inhaling poison that he brought, then why wasn't there anything that looked like poison at the crime scene?
Anything that looked like poison?
If Nagito brought poison to the warehouse, it's strange that we couldn't find it there.
I see!
are you talking about the container the poison was kept in?
Yeah. If Nagito brought it, it's strange we couldn't find that container anywhere, right?
He can't carry around poison without putting it in a container?
Yeah, that was written on the warning label.
Keep this liquid secure by storing it in a cool place in a glass or plastic container away from sunlight.
The container probably melted in the fire.
Wait, were they in the little red plastic fire things?
It's probably plastic or glass, right? There's no way it'd completely incinerate.
Wait, does that make them all the accomplices for the...
Even the plastic fragments of the fire grenades we used to put out the fire didn't completely burn up, you know?
No, wait, but then if that... I'm trying to figure this out.
Then, does that mean someone got rid of the container?
So that's why you mentioned an accomplice!
That is impossible! I mean, an accomplice? It is just two!
Like, does that really matter all that much? I mean, even if he had an accomplice, it doesn't change the fact that Nagito still committed suicide.
You're right. Someone might have accidentally took it away from the crime scene.
Ah, you're right! You're totally right! That's totally it!
Right? Isn't it okay to close this case yet? I'm not in the mood for unexpected twists.
I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to get hurt anymore. But hurting someone else. Everyone's tired of doubting everyone else. I also feel that way. That's why I want to just rule this as Nagito's suicide. If I do that, nobody here has to get hurt. Well, I mean, unless you guys all die, then all of you get hurt. But...
That's no good.
yes.
Huh?
I feel like Nagito is seeing through us. By calling this Nagito's suicide, we're trying to take the easy way out so we don't hurt anyone else. But if Nagito was here right now, he'd probably be sneering at us. He'd probably say something like, "So that's the extent of your hopes."
So Nagito's ghost is whispering to you, huh? The power of friendship bursts beyond death, huh? A fiery outcome like this is right out of a teen manga. Still, that's pretty messed up.
Shut up! You just be quiet!
I get what you're saying, but in the end, the reason he died is still the same as before, right? Even if we solve this mystery, the conclusion won't change at all.
I mean, it'd be a suicide regardless, right?
Even if there really was an accomplice, is there any reason we should take the time to figure out who it is? Like Fuyuhiko said earlier, it is possible that somebody accidentally removed the poison from the crime scene.
But I just can't imagine ending this by turning our backs on the truth.
It's fine, okay? There are some things we're better off not knowing. And we probably just didn't notice it. Like maybe the container was hiding with the fire grenade fragments.
What is this feeling just now? Even though it was brief, it was like a strong flash of light running through the back of my head. Maybe what Akane said just now might be a new clue. From there, I might be able to reach the answer. The way Nagito brought the poison, which means the thing he used as a container was... Is this Hangman's Gambit? I was gonna say fire grenade? Yeah. Hangman's Gambit is so crazy right now. They didn't mean to do that. I know. Silently. Oh no, I was trying to silently release it. I don't trust anything. I need a D. I need a D. Go off in the distance. No, that's not what I meant to do. Can't. Oh no, I keep clicking the wrong thing.
I got it! I see! I got it!
Huh?
The fire grenades! Nagito put the poison inside one of the fire grenade canisters and transported it to the warehouse.
He used one of the fire grenade canisters?
Yeah, the container with the poison in it wasn't secretly taken away by someone. Instead, it was in a container that didn't need to be taken away in the first place. As long as he put the poison in the same container he brought to the warehouse, it can be hidden with the other fire grenades we used, so there's no need to dispose of the container later.
That bastard. He totally knew we were gonna throw those fire grenades.
Which means, did Nagito exchange the contents of a fire grenade?
Yeah, that has to be it.
Okay, so that would explain the mass.
When I first discovered those fire grenades, I tried to study them a little bit, but the canister was completely sealed shut by a layer of aluminum underneath the lid.
Is it blue?
You just have to peel off that seal and swap the insides, right?
That is true, but there was no sign he was even at the break room.
Hold on, did you say aluminum?
Hajime. Could it be?
If so, then there's no mistake. Nagito definitely swapped the contents of one of the fire grenades.
Seriously? That's impossible! Miss Sonia just said so right now!
Sonia's words are proof that the poison was swapped with the contents of a fire grenade.
Huh?
Okay.
I can prove it with this.
My health is so
Take a
low.
look. We found this under Nagito's bed when we were investigating his cottage.
Literally, it's so low just because of Hangman's Gambit. Hangman's Gambit every single time just like whittles down on it like crazy.
Huh? That's just a piece of trash.
No, that is not just a piece of trash. The seal I saw on that fire grenade matched this. It is the same aluminum.
You found the aluminum seal under Nagito's bed?
There's more. That's not the only thing we found in Nagito's room. We also found a gas mask and gloves under his bed, too.
Did he use those when he put the poison inside the fire grenade?
It's a dangerous poison after all. He took extreme caution when swapping them.
So what's the issue? Nagito put the poison in the grenade canister, brought it with him, breathed it in, and died, right? So in the end, he still fucking committed suicide! Enough already!
You're right. If the canister wasn't thrown away, then it just means that there wasn't an accomplice after all.
See, I told you. The conclusion is still the same. Nagito committed suicide. End of story.
I admit that there wasn't an accomplice. That was just my misunderstanding.
You're right.
In actuality, the truth is even more horrifying.
What did you say?
Hey, what are you planning to say now?
What the hell? Do you still want to keep going?
Is this not settled? There is no denying that Nagito's death was a suicide.
No, it's not.
Chiaki?
I'm sorry, but I just realized it.
Realized what?
We know Nagito used the grenade canister to store the poison. So when was it deployed in the warehouse? When did Nagito breathe in the poison? When I thought along those lines, that's when I realized it.
The horrifying truth?
Okay. She came to the conclusion I'm assuming I came to.
It probably happened at the same time.
We're the same?
I see!
Are you saying it was when we all threw the fire grenades?
Yeah, I think so. When we all threw the grenades to put out the fire in the warehouse, the poison was deployed, and it converted to poison gas and killed Nagito.
If that is true, then the person who brought the poison and spread it was...
One of us.
What the heck?
One of us threw the poison grenade that killed Nagito?
Hold on a sec. Then Nagito was...
It would mean he didn't kill himself.
What the heck?
Well, this is an interesting turn of events.
But you said so yourself! You said Nagito committed suicide!
Then who killed Nagito?
You mean, who's the actual killer, right?
Do you know?
Who prepared the poison fire grenade that killed Nagito?
Huh?
I see!
It was Nagito, obviously. We just discussed this a few minutes ago.
Then who set the warehouse fire that caused one of us to throw the poisoned grenade?
I see!
That was also Nagito.
Hey, how many times are you gonna ask the same damn question?
The next question will be my last. Considering all the facts up till now, why did Nagito set the warehouse on fire?
I see!
Don't tell me. He set the warehouse on fire just so we'd have to throw the fire grenades?
He set the fire just so we'd put it out? Why'd he do that?
Because of malice.
It was a trap.
A trap?
Preparing the poison. Creating a reason for us to throw the poison. It was all a setup by Nagito.
See, now I'm understanding Hajime's talk about Nagito's malice, because yeah, this is malice. This is definitely malice. It was just about his suicide and him literally stabbing himself with a knife and inflicting those type of wounds. I'm like, I don't know. This, on the other hand, definitely.
It was all a trap to make one of us throw the poison grenade.
And there's no way to know who.
Seriously, I'm asking you who threw it.
How are we supposed to know?
I don't know. The person who threw it probably didn't know either.
Huh? Could it be... Was that Nagito's trap?
This wasn't an intentional murder. This was a murder that Nagito forced someone to do. And for that reason, he put the fire grenade that he filled with poison with the other grenades. Setting up a murder nobody can solve. That was Nagito's true goal.
So, I'm curious, because he did the bomb threats to try to suss out the traitor. And I guess since the bombs weren't real, this was his way of, well, if you don't come out, I'm just gonna kill everyone, and this is his way of killing everyone.
What? What the hell?
Nagito did not commit murder. Instead, he manipulated someone else into killing him?
To do that, he set a trap to force someone to kill him. The poison grenade and the fire were traps. That's why the curtain was the fire's origin point. All the fire grenades we threw at the curtain shattered once they fell to the floor. Because of that, Nagito, who was laying face up on the floor, was able to breathe in the dense poison. And then...
Hold on! If that's true, you can't say the poison was the cause of death. It might be the poison's fault he let go of the spear, but the actual cause of death could be either one.
Even so, the poison is what caused him to let go of the spear.
That's right! Nagito's killer is the one who made him breathe the poison!
Are you fucking serious?
That was his trap all along.
Damn.
Even the wounds all over his body, it was all to mess with the evidence for what actually happened. His true goal was creating a murder that nobody can solve. He wanted to prove to us that there are mysteries that just can't be solved with educated guesses.
He probably expected that his fake suicide would be found out. After all, a mystery that can be solved is destined to be solved in the end. However, he also prepared a mystery that couldn't be solved. As you solve mysteries and bolster your hope, a huge mystery comes along and slaps you in your faces! For those of you who believe there are no unsolvable mysteries, that is when you finally taste despair. Meaning, he used all of the prior class trial verdicts to prepare this trick. Not all mysteries can be solved. Such a devious trick he played on you, as expected of Nagito.
That's totally messed up. That's so fucked up.
It is my fault, because I told you all about the fire grenades.
Either way, you would have gotten a death sentence.
I am so sorry! Please vote me as a killer!
That's not the fucking issue here!
It's not Miss Sonia's fault. This is all Nagito's doing.
But what should we do? How can we even figure out who the killer is?
It's impossible.
Impossible?
Nagito wanted to create a scenario where we couldn't make a decision. That's why we're at an impasse.
However, Monokuma also does not know who the killer is, right?
That's right! There's no way he'd be able to figure that out with just his surveillance cameras! If Monokuma doesn't know, this trial doesn't count! Isn't that right?
You know, I don't actually need stuff like cheap-ass surveillance cameras or whatever. I know perfectly well what's happening on this island at all times. I know you used the bathroom 3 times yesterday, Sonia. And one of those visits seemed to take a while.
Please stop! I will never become queen!
How can you? I'm so jealous. I mean, how can you have such an awful power?
So, of course this trial still counts. Do your very best to guess who the killer is.
Yes, he says. How the hell are we supposed to do that?
Is giving up all we can do?
No, it's too early to give up.
Is there any way to figure out who the killer is?
Even though it's just a hunch, it's possible that it's probably... There's one way, I think.
Okay.
Really?
You're gonna have to let me know, because I have no clue.
Hey, is it alright if we look at Nagito's crime one more time from the beginning? I want to make sure my hunch is correct. Hajime, please.
That's right. It doesn't mean the trial is over yet. Even though I don't know who killed Nagito, it should be clear what kind of trap he set. Then I have to do it, even if it leads to despair.
I got it. Let's do this then.
Okay, I don't know what you guys are doing, so... Oh, we're closing... Okay, closing argument. What the... What was inside Nagito's... Right before switching the poison, that's putting on the... gloves? No? He's doing that here. Oh, that's the foil. What's placed inside the break room? It's beyond the Monokuma panels? Okay, Altai, burn... Okay. What's this one? How did he support this spear? This is in order to hurt himself. Okay, but that's that right there. Okay, so this has to be... The reason we went to the warehouse... That's at the very beginning. So we have right before switching. Nope. It was inside the break room. Nope. What's this one? Appears at the restaurant. Sprinklers activate. Okay. Where's the... Ah. Stock 4. Okay, what do I have left? Because I actually do not know. Right before switching... None of this has to do with that. It was placed inside the break room. It was beyond the Monokuma panel. Oh, what was beyond the Monokuma panels? Sorry, it would be this one then. Okay, here we go. And then I have one left, which... Where is it? What made the spear fall? Poison?
Here's everything that happened in this case. The person who actually arranged this incident was the victim, Nagito Komaeda.
Monokuma Ada. That's how you're supposed to pronounce his last name.
He kept a specific item inside his cottage that he needed for his plan. Monokuma's special poison, which he brought with him from the Octagon. Using the gloves and gas mask that he got from the military base, Nagito swapped the contents of a fire grenade he took from the plushie factory break room with that poison.
Can I just say, how much liquid... Or he just mixed it with the fire grenade liquid, I'm assuming.
When he did that, a specific item was left as evidence, the blue aluminum seal on the grenade. With that, Nagito finished making the poisoned fire grenade, took it with him to the factory, and put it back with the rest of the grenades in the break room. The next morning, Nagito appeared before us and declared that he hid a bomb somewhere. While we were looking for the bomb, that's when Nagito headed over to the goods warehouse. In order to set up a fire, Nagito arranged the Monokuma panels in a line going from the door to the curtain and placed an oil lighter in front of it. From there, Nagito set his insane plan in motion. First, he hung the spear that he took from Nezumi Castle from the ceiling girder by its cord. Then he tied his arms and legs at the back of the warehouse with rope. However, he burnt off the rope on his right arm beforehand. In doing so, he made sure that only his right hand was free while his remaining arm and legs were tied up. As he gripped the tip of the rope hanging over the ceiling girder with his left hand, he lay down face up, just beneath the dangling spear. But this was just the beginning of Nagito's plan. And then, he did something no one could have predicted. First, he covered his mouth with duct tape, and after making sure he was unable to scream, he stabbed himself with the knife multiple times in his left arm and in both of his thighs. Finally, he propped the knife on the plushie and slammed his right hand onto the blade. He didn't just want us to think he was tied up, he also wanted us to think he'd been tortured. Through all this, Nagito never let go of the spear. His plan still wasn't over. In fact, it was just about to begin. Meanwhile, we finally arrived at the plushie factory and found Nagito's message. After seeing his message, we instantly made our way to the warehouse. But that was part of Nagito's plan. We opened the door to the warehouse, which inadvertently started the Monokuma panel domino effect. The panels fell one after another until they reached the lighter, tipped it over, and ignited the curtain. Shocked by the sudden fire, we rushed to the factory's break room to obtain some fire-extinguishing grenades. We then aimed for the fire's origin point, which was the curtain, and unloaded the entire supply. It never occurred to us that one of those grenades was the poison grenade that Nagito had prepared. The poison sank to the floor, instantly vaporizing due to the intense heat, and spread everywhere. The poison gas quickly drifted to the curtain at the back of the warehouse, where Nagito was. Also, Monokuma's poison has a unique quality in which it becomes heavier than air when vaporized. That poison gas completely surrounded the area where Nagito lay face up on the floor. There, Nagito inhaled the poison, and if it didn't instantly kill him, he certainly lost consciousness. Which caused him to let go of the rope in his left hand, and the falling spear plunged into his stomach. This is all the information related to Nagito's plan. His true intention was to set one of us up as the killer. At this time, we still don't know who the killer is, because the killer wasn't aware they killed someone. Try as we might, we cannot reach that truth. That was Nagito's trap. In conclusion, the fact that we can't determine the killer's identity this should be the truth behind Nagito's trap.
How about it, Chiaki? Will that help you figure out who the killer is?
Chiaki?
Just as I thought. It's impossible, isn't it?
Are you saying we just have to vote for someone?
What Hajime said is probably true. That's part of the reason why I thought it was a little strange. Did Nagito really not care who the killer was?
Huh?
He said this to us earlier.
It's going to be fine. I'm pretty sure everything will work out in the end. After all, there's no way hope can lose. Absolute hope that can break through any despair can never lose in a place like this. Not only that, I believe in all of you. I believe in the time we spent together.
That feeling of belief is at the heart of his trick. He believed we'd notice the fire grenades. He believed we'd try to extinguish the flames. And he believed we'd fall into his trap. By believing in us, Nagito was able to put his life-threatening plan into effect.
What do you mean, believe?
And what's wrong with that?
There's one more thing, remember? Something that Nagito believed in from the bottom of his heart. I want you to try to remember what that is.
I see!
Nagito believed in his talent as the ultimate lucky student.
After all the time we spent together, I believe in you guys. And more than anything, I believe in my ultimate luck. So it's definitely going to be alright.
Guess the last thing he could believe in was his own talent.
That's not so strange, really. Most of us here have been relying on the same thing.
But, in his case, it was pretty remarkable, wasn't it? It almost seemed like he had blind faith in it.
You're right. The same thing happened when he cleared the final dead room at the funhouse.
It wasn't life-threatening at all. It was just a little escape game that ended with some Russian roulette. Russian roulette? It's a game where you load one bullet in a gun, spin the cylinder, point it toward you, and pull the trigger. So, you really did it? So that's how you're supposed to play it. So it would have been fine if I only used one bullet, huh? I guess it was just as Monokuma said. Huh? I misunderstood and thought I had to take one bullet out of the cylinder, so that's how I did it. That you only had a 1 in 6 chance of surviving? But I'm still alive, after all. The only good thing about me is how lucky I am. And he did the same thing when the first killing happened at the old school building near the hotel. He depended on his luck and was able to get cleaning duty just as he wanted. That's right. I just trusted my luck. I trusted I'd be picked for cleaning duty. You relied on your luck? It's not just luck. It's true my talent is trash, but I'm still the ultimate lucky student, you know? Huh, I'm left with the red mark. For someone called the ultimate lucky student, you don't seem very lucky right now. At that time, Hajime said I wasn't lucky, but it was actually the opposite. I was lucky. That's why I got picked for cleaning duty just like I wanted.
But his luck doesn't have anything to do with the case this time, right?
I just thought it was strange that it doesn't connect to anything.
Huh.
He factored in his belief in us, but for some reason he didn't factor in his own luck.
So his luck, assuming it's to suss out the traitor?
No, there's no way. I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about.
Or like his luck is that the traitor is the one who's going to pick up the bottle.
What did he do?
You know, he wasn't just after anybody. He probably had a target. A target he was aiming for all along. A person to set up as the killer.
A target? Who?
The target's true identity. Even Nagito didn't know it. That's why he relied on being the ultimate lucky student, and incorporated that luck into his plan. As long as he had his luck, he believed the target he was after would pick up the fire grenade.
You mean he left his plan to luck?
He risked his life for that?
He probably risked his life just so his ultimate luck could decide this.
Who is it? Who's the target Nagito was after?
It's the traitor, clearly. Why are you gonna...
I see! That's it? The traitor. Nagito was after the traitor, huh?
Then he relied on his luck to weed out the traitor?
Nagito didn't know who the traitor was until the very end. All he could do was rely on his own luck.
Then what he said in his video message...
It won't work with just any student handbook. If you want to disarm that bomb, you have to use the traitor's student handbook. To be honest, I found out who the traitor was after secretly monitoring everyone's activity. But I was a little annoyed that they never came forward.
So he was just bluffing!
That's probably true. By that point, his plan should have already been in motion.
Then, it's just as Nagito said at the beginning. His purpose was to weed out the traitor. If we just believed in what Nagito said, we would have reached the answer much quicker. The reason this took so damn long, was it really because we didn't believe in him?
But if he just wanted to out the traitor, he didn't have to go this far and make that person the killer. Damn it! We're all in a huge bind because of that!
It means he wants us to beat the traitor.
By finding out who the traitor is, our hopes will shine even brighter by overcoming that despair.
Oh god, this class
That's
trial.
something he'd say.
Monami, it looks like you've got something you want to say. But you better just keep your mouth shut.
And that concludes my argument. Nagito's plan was to make the traitor kill him. What are you gonna do? Are you guys gonna believe me?
He relied on his luck to aim for a target, but he didn't even know who he was aiming for. It sounds way too unbelievable to have actually happened, but...
The only thing we can do is believe.
Yeah, that's, I mean, there really is no other choice.
If we don't, then we'd just be relying on our luck when we cast our votes.
But even if we do believe, what should we do? I mean, if we don't know who the target is, there's no way we can even vote.
You are absolutely right. It is hard to think the traitor would reveal themselves now.
If, by chance, the traitor revealed themselves during that bomb scare, what would have happened? Would it have stopped Nagito from acting so reckless?
Huh?
But they couldn't help it. Even if they wanted to reveal themselves, they couldn't do it. Because they weren't created to do that.
Chiaki?
What's wrong, Chiaki? Get a hold of yourself!
That's why I want you guys to guess.
You want us to guess?
Yeah, I want you to guess.
What? What does that mean?
Who do you think it is, Hajime? Who do you think the Future Foundation sent to infiltrate your group as the traitor?
Why?
A traitor who's not allowed to think that they're different from everyone else.
A traitor who's not allowed to think that they're different from everyone else.
Why?
A traitor who can only interact with everyone as a traitor.
Huh?
Why?
Because that's the nature of their existence. They can only exist as a traitor.
Seriously, why?
Who do you think is the traitor?
I don't know. Is it gonna actually make me do this right now? I legitimately have no idea.
Hajime, please.
Like, what is this? What? What? I don't know. Someone who's not allowed to think that they're... Like... I legitimately have no idea who to select. Do I go for Chiaki? Do I go for Sanya? Am I supposed to go for myself? I don't know. Yeah, okay, so that wasn't it. I don't know. I don't know if Chiaki was saying...
It's... you? Chiaki, you're the traitor?
Please! Hold on!
Aw, you totally guessed right. Just as expected. Yep, you're correct. I'm the traitor. The agent sent by the Future Foundation to hide among you all is me.
I don't know if I just didn't want to choose her because she was acting... the way she was talking, I'm like, I'm not liking this, but... I apparently tried to go the self-sacrificing route. Didn't work. This is nonsense. Why? Why does this make sense?
Hey, Chiaki. Are you being serious right now?
Who knows? I don't...
Chiaki is the traitor? That is a lie, right? Surely you must be joking.
I feel like I am just going along for the ride. What else do you want to throw at me, game?
I'm sorry. It's the truth.
Hey, what are you saying sorry for?
That says she is like one of, besides Nagito, she's the other person that's been extremely helpful in the investigation, so...
What does this mean? You... Up till now... You've been tricking us?
What? We were not tricked!
Now here's my question. Tricked how? Tricked in
After
what
all,
way?
we have been working together all this time! We have been helping each other all this time! Chiaki, being a traitor, being a member of that horrifying Future Foundation, that is obviously a lie!
Please, wait! The Future Foundation isn't what you think it is!
Shut the fuck up! We're talking to Chiaki!
No, I have nothing more to say.
Why?
Because we already know the killer's true identity. So the only thing left to do is vote.
What?
Hold on! We're not satisfied yet!
If you say you are the traitor, please provide an explanation that will help us understand. We cannot vote until we are satisfied. That is what you said earlier, Chiaki.
Hey, if you're really the traitor, why'd you wait till now to reveal yourself?
It's weird, isn't it? Waiting until right now to out yourself.
It's definitely strange, right? Or rather, why was I able to do that?
I'm just kind of curious. Did she because she was the first person to place her student ebook on the thing. So was she legitimately testing Nagito at that moment? It's like, here, let me place my handbook because there's bullshit no way you know who I know I'm the traitor. Okay. It's definitely strange, right? Or rather, why was I able to do that?
Maybe... I wanted to protect everyone, no matter the cost.
Huh?
Hey, Hajime. Can you do me a small favor?
Favor? Me?
I want you to prove to them that I'm the traitor.
Okay. Okay.
What? What are you saying? Why do I have to do that?
Is this gonna be about Monomi's little book?
I want to explain everything to you guys, but... as I expected, that's rather difficult. That's why... the only thing I can do is plead with you. I want you to do it. I believe you can prove it.
Whether I can prove it or not, that's not the problem. Don't you understand? You may as well be asking me to kill you. There's no way I can do that.
I'm very sorry, but this is the only way. So please.
Looks like we gotta do what we can. It's not like I believe she's the traitor. There's just no way we can ignore this without confirming it.
If she was just disguised or something, this would have been a heck of a lot easier for us to understand, but...
She's not disguised at all! 'Cause Chiaki isn't the traitor.
Monami?
Too bad. I'm not part of the same group as that girl. I don't know anything about that girl at all.
Hey, are you trying to cover for her like that? You suck!
I've always been alone. I have no friends. Anywhere. That's why I have no relation to Chiaki whatsoever.
Hajime, you're going to listen to my request, right?
Damn it.
Chiaki isn't my friend. I hate Chiaki so much.
Monomi and Chiaki's relationship, proving it here. Is that the only way? Panic talk action? Oh, what the hell is this?
Hajime, you stupid face!
I totally forgot how to... I hate panic talk action. I'm so bad at this. Space key for fever time. Because, yeah, we have to hold it and then let go on the mark, which is very different.
Let's all get along. I won't let you. Let's all get along. Burst open and mix. I can't lose. Hajime, you stupid face. I won't let you.
Oh my god.
Burst open and mix. I'll lower your grades. Disappear. Hajime, you stupid face. Let's all get along. I'll lower your grades. Hajime, you stupid face. Let's all get along. I won't let you. Let's all get along. Burst open and mix. Chiaki and I aren't best friends.
No, I'm doing this wrong. So, this is Monomi's notebook, but then I was like, what am I looking at here? Okay. I gotta remember, I have to do the same thing I was doing before, just like, I don't know, every 2, every 1. Okay, blah 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 blah.
This is my...
Yes, sir, try.
We will never give up!
Hajime, you're...
Blah blah. Okay.
I hate...
Panic talk action.
Hajime, you stupid face. Let's all get along. I won't let you. Let's all get along. Burst open and mix. I can't lose. Hajime, you stupid face. I won't let you. Burst open and mix. I'll lower your grades. Disappear.
What the hell?
Hajime, you stupid face. Let's all get along. Chiaki and I aren't best friends.
This is the end! When we investigated Nagito's cottage, I discovered a notebook with the new Sami logo on it. That's your notebook, right? The one Nagito stole from you.
I don't know.
Don't tell me. Is that where the traitor's true identity is written?
That's right! Since I knew something like this would happen, I made sure to bring it here today.
Oh, so sudden?
Give me that notebook!
Day 1, I was able to talk to everyone for the first time today when Monokuma showed up and things turned bad. Day 2, Byakuya is the leader. A lot of things happened today, so everyone's tired.
Huh? What is this? Is this Monami's diary?
Is the traitor's identity written in here?
Nagito was probably looking for that too, so that might be why he stole the notebook. But you wouldn't know who the traitor is just by reading this notebook. Of course, Nagito wouldn't know either. However, it's different for me.
You know?
It took me this long, but I finally understand.
No, the truth is, I might have already known the moment I found this notebook. It's just, I want to turn my eyes from the truth it contained. But now I clearly know. I can't help but know.
First of all, this isn't Monami's diary. Apparently she can't write.
Then the one who wrote this is...
Someone connected to Monami. Meaning, it's not a mistake to think that the traitor wrote it.
If so, is this like a report that the traitor was sending to Monami?
Is it evidence that they were observing our actions and reporting to Monami?
But how would you know who the traitor is from that?
Because there's an entry written in here that only me and one other person would know. In the notebook, there was a specific entry.
We've been in the funhouse for 3 days. Everyone's hungry and on edge. Hajime tried to go in the final dead room today. He's probably panicking because no one believes him.
There it is. It's true. I tried to go inside the final dead room. But the only one who knew that...
If I win the life-threatening game here, I'll be able to go to that octagon place, right? That's where the exit should be. If I did it, I finally did it. I finally figured out where the exit is. I can get out. With this, I can finally get out.
You can't do that. You shouldn't go in there. You won't find what you're looking for.
That's right. The only person who knew that is... Chiaki. That's why Chiaki is the only person who could have possibly written about this.
There must be some mistake. I mean, if Chiaki is the traitor, what was all that time we spent with her? Was that all a lie too?
Miss Sonia...
Chiaki is... She is being controlled by Monokuma. That is why we should help her.
I'm not satisfied either. I mean, if you were the traitor, there's no way you'd do something so stupid when we found the bomb.
It's really stupid to be fighting over something like this.
And so, with an annoyed expression on her face, Chiaki walked over to the bombs without saying a word. Took her handbook out of her pocket. Huh? And without hesitating, swiped the card reader.
Looks like it was wrong.
Now that you mention it, Chiaki immediately went to the card reader with her handbook.
She tested it out right away after being told it would only react to the traitor's handbook.
That doesn't make any sense. A traitor would be more cautious than that.
Chiaki probably knew the bomb was a fake. That's why she also knew Nagito's trap was a bluff.
She knew? That is a mistake! That must be a mistake! Why are you saying such things? Do you really want Chiaki to be the traitor?
Of course not.
I will not believe it! I refuse to believe Chiaki is a traitor! There is just no way!
I don't want to believe it either. I don't want to believe, but...
But then nobody will be saved.
What am I doing? Argument? Okay. Is this Sonya's account? Okay.
Chiaki is not the traitor!
Oh my god.
When we were trying to turn off the bomb, didn't Chiaki use the card reader right away?
If she's a traitor, she would have been more cautious.
There's no way Chiaki would have known if that bomb was fake or not. The only person who knew it was a fake was me, when I tried to detonate it.
That's not it. That's not it. Sonya shouldn't have been the only one who knew it was a fake. Monami was also there when you found out the bomb at the military base wasn't real. You said so yourself.
Is that true, Miss Sonia?
Chiaki heard about it from Monami. That's why she knew the bomb was a fake.
Since I've been found out, I'll just confess. The reason I couldn't tell anyone I knew the bomb was a fake was because if I had said that, I would have had to explain how I heard about it from Monami.
I did not want to hear that!
Okay.
Enough already. Please do not say another word.
What am I arguing
I do not
with?
want this anymore. I am so very tired of doubting people.
Sonya.
And just because she knew the bomb was a fake does not mean we should decide she is the traitor!
So here's my... We'll see. That is going to be
Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor! If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too! After all, I also knew the bomb was fake!
No. I've used too much. Sonya, she's panicking pretty badly. I won't have enough words if I counter her right away.
Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor! If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too! After all, I also knew the bomb was fake!
Okay.
Knowing it was a fake isn't the problem. What matters is who told her. What matters is that she heard about it from Monami.
There was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake! That someone is Monokuma! Monokuma said so earlier. He knows everything about this island.
No?
Crap!
There was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake!
I'm just gonna have to
That
see
someone is Monokuma!
who is talking. Or
Monokuma said so earlier. He knows everything about this island.
Is that the only...
Monokuma probably told that it was fake beforehand!
What?
If so, you could not declare that!
What? What am I looking
Monami and Chiaki were working together!
I'm...
Damn it!
Okay, hold on. Let's look at what does the Monokuma file... Or, sorry, what does the Hope's Peak Academy Forge the traitor's profile. Looking at this won't help identify who the traitor is. Because this is the only thing we haven't used.
Even if she knew the bomb was fake, that does not prove Chiaki is the traitor! If that counts as evidence, I should be doubted too! After all, I also knew the bomb was fake!
Knowing it was a fake isn't the problem. What matters is who told her. What matters is that she heard about it from Monami.
There was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake! That someone is Monokuma! Monokuma said so earlier, correct? He knows everything about this island. Monokuma probably told Chiaki that it was fake beforehand!
There's no mistake, Chiaki heard about Monokuma beforehand. Did she say any other statement afterwards? I didn't recognize.
Crap!
There was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake! That someone is Monokuma!
Oops.
Monokuma said so earlier, he knows everything about this island! Monokuma probably told that it was fake beforehand! If so, you could not declare that! Monami and Chiaki were working together!
What the? But she should know. Okay, what should she know? What other options do I have, actually?
There was someone other than me and Monami who knew that bomb was fake!
Monokuma's account? Am I choosing something that she said? One of her truth bullets? Because Monokuma's... Oh, Monokuma's account. Okay.
That someone is Monokuma! Monokuma said so earlier, he knows everything about this island! Monokuma probed that it was fake beforehand!
There we go. Forgot about that detail on that.
You're right. Monokuma probably knew the bomb was a fake. But Monokuma shouldn't have told anyone either.
Then, where did Nagito obtain the bomb he used?
I wonder. I'm gonna give you guys a hint, then you should know. It wasn't from the military base. To tell you the truth, the bombs there are all fakes.
I know that already. You should have said so earlier.
Well, I thought if I kept it quiet, it would foreshadow that a killing was gonna happen. That's why That's why I'm just now telling you for the first time. Whew, I feel relieved.
That... Monokuma may have just been lying!
No, he won't lie at times like this. You already know that.
Hajime, are you going to believe Monokuma over Chiaki?
That's not it.
I've been so weird because, like, Chiaki's like, I'm the traitor. No, you can't be. How could you dare believe Monokuma over her? Like, over her shoes. What?
It's just, even if Chiaki is the traitor, is it really okay to vote for her?
Question is, do we have a choice?
That basically just means we have to believe in Nagito's luck, right?
That's not it.
Are you telling us to trust his luck? Are you telling us to entrust our lives to that bastard?
Question is, as a traitor, what exactly was she doing?
There's no way I can believe in Nagito.
I'm telling you that's not it. We shouldn't believe in Monokuma or Nagito. We have to believe in Chiaki.
Huh?
It doesn't matter who the traitor is. Even if Chiaki is the traitor, that's not the Chiaki I know. I believe in the Chiaki who's been with us this whole time. That Chiaki is saying she wants to protect us with her life. So the only thing we can do is believe her. If we don't, nobody's going to be saved.
Damn it.
Hey, can you listen to me a little? There's nothing to be sad about, you know? 'Cause this is different from what happened before. Unlike before, you guys don't have to stay alive by doubting someone. You guys can stay alive by believing in me.
Are you telling us to believe in you and sacrifice you? That is just too cruel!
I'm sorry.
Chiaki!
Monami, I'm sorry too. You're probably gonna get scolded by a lot of different people for this. But still, I want to protect everyone by any means. And I'm happy that I'm able to do that.
It's not up to me to decide whether that's right or wrong. However, I believe it's truly amazing that you were able to think like that. We could even call this a miracle.
Hey, what have you two been talking about? Everyone's jaws are dropping, you know?
I know. It's voting time, right?
Hey, Chiaki.
You don't have to worry. Believe in me, and cast your vote.
God damn it!
Why did it end up like this?
This is the craziest case of all. Tis usual. Okay. So, Nagito committed suicide, but had someone else make sure that, in a way, it wasn't a suicide because he had someone else throw the bottle unknowingly, completely relying on his luck that the traitor is going to, which dude is because he's crazy, but then this really takes the cake. But what I'm curious now is what the hell, Chiaki's the traitor, but like, and Monami suggested that the Future Foundation isn't what they think it is, but like, what was she doing as a traitor besides reporting on them? It's not fair. I feel the same as everyone else. There's no way I can agree to this. Emptiness, loneliness, sadness. But most of all, I'm ashamed of my weakness. But even so, I have to move forward. If we believe in the person who's urging us forward, then we have to start walking. And believe, with as much hope as possible in what lies ahead.
Even so.
Alright, I'm gonna take my drink of my tea because it's gonna be a lot of talking afterwards. No more voice acting, it's all gonna be me.
Man, I'm pooped. Let's go ahead and announce the results. The traitor from the Future Foundation and Nagito Komaide's killer is... Chiaki Namini!
Damn it!
Are you serious? That was correct?
Yeah.
The fact that Chiaki was a traitor. The fact that Nagito's crime depended entirely on his luck. Everything was true.
Damn it.
Plus, that means that bastard managed to pull it off.
Congratulations, everyone.
Damn it.
Stupid. We're not celebrating at all.
Damn it!
Chiaki, let me ask you one more time. Are you really part of the Future Foundation? An agent of the organization that brought us to this island? Is that really your true identity?
I'm sorry I didn't tell you guys.
What?
That is...
I cannot believe it, even though I do not want to believe it. There's no choice but to believe it, right?
I'm sorry.
It would have been better if I could have said it sooner, but I couldn't say it no matter what.
'Cause
I can't betray the Future Foundation. Can't betray?
well,
Even if you want to fly, you can't, right? Even if you want to swim where you please, you can't, right? It's the same for me. Due to the nature of my existence, I'll never be able to betray the Future Foundation. Is this where the factory that was making the robots? What the heck? In the end, you did something similar. What you did is no different than sharing your secret yourself. You're right.
Why?
Now's not the time to be laughing.
well,
But strangely enough, I do not have any regrets. In fact, I'm somewhat happy. I was able to think I wanted to protect everyone. That's why I feel proud of my actions. You're still saying things I don't get, but if we ask you anything, you're just not gonna answer, right? Like, if we ask you why you were in the Future Foundation and stuff.
I'm sorry.
That is...
Even if you were a traitor, you never betrayed us. Chiaki, you will always be our friend, even now. We don't blame you for this, that's why you don't need to apologize.
Yeah.
So the traitor was revealed and Chiaki lost. In the end, it all went according to Nagito's plan, huh?
Like...
About that. Was that really Nagito's goal? Is it really okay to just say he was trying to find the killer and eliminate them? If so, isn't it strange? Strange?
So,
I mean, we nearly lost, right? And if Chiaki hadn't said anything, we definitely would have lost.
You raised a good point. That's exactly it. Even though Nagito said he would weed out the traitor, he never said he would kill the traitor.
Huh?
Yes, indeed.
Congratulations! You successfully stopped Nagito's plan! I mean, Nagito's plan was to reveal the traitor. And kill everyone else besides the traitor.
Kill everyone else besides the traitor?
Are you serious?
That was Nagito's goal?
huh?
Why would he do something like that? To form a plan that only the traitor would survive. Is that bastard really that twisted?
Nope.
It's okay. Okay, what?
Well,
I mean, it's not just Nagito's fault. If the circumstances had been different, he probably wouldn't have taken things so far.
Chiaki!
You're a really kind-hearted person. You think so? Jeez, I wonder where you got your personality from.
perhaps.
Maybe our dad and big brother, don't you think?
Hey, come on now.
Hey, don't go talking about your family all of a sudden. That's totally ripping off Teru Teru.
I can't lose!
Then I cannot lose to Chiaki. Just like Chiaki and everyone else, even if I know it's a fight I cannot win,
Hiya!
I must try to retaliate.
Huh?
Retaliate?
What the?
I will no longer let you do as you please.
It kind of just looks like she's hugging him, but...
Stupid! Stop! What are you doing?
As they say, we shall die together.
Oh, she self-destructed. I'm not sure if it worked though. She self-destructed?
What'd you say?
What's going on?
Huh?
Monokuma, like, die?
No.
I'm not Dad.
Ah!
Whoa! A new one fucking came out!
Phew!
Oh, man, that surprised me. If only I didn't have a spare, I would have died.
I can't lose.
Not yet. I'm not done yet.
That's...
Wait.
Is it get the same image?
If I don't beat you, nobody can live in peace.
Stop it, I say! I'm sorry, I lose! Forgive me!
Okay. How long is this gonna go on, though?
Hey!
Not yet. Seriously, stop it. If you don't stop right now, it's all going to be destroyed.
I won't forgive you.
Of course, I'm doing it so you'll all be destroyed. I will be the one to protect my students.
I won't let you.
I will protect them with my life.
Monami, you...
Hey!
Now then, how many of you are still there? You might as well come out all at once.
Ooh, how exciting!
Oh, how many? Not that much. Just around, what, 10...
Okay, I totally forgot how to say this. 10... How are you supposed to say that? Exponent? Exponent? No. Oh god. It's been so long since I had to do this type of math. It's not 10 times 60 because... But yeah, it's a very big number. That's way over 1 billion, I would assume. Trillion. Gajillion? I'm making things up now.
What did you say?
What?
What? 1 million?
Okay, to the power of there. Thank you. Oh my god. It really has been a seriously long time since I've ever had to deal with those. Oh my god, she actually said it. Okay, Jackie.
1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 1 million, 1 billion, 1 trillion, 1 quadrillion. Jump ahead. 10 to the power of 52, 10 to the power of 56, and then 10 to the power of 60. That's 10 to the 60th power.
Hey!
After all this, you're still joking around? You sure have quite the daring spirit.
Too bad!
Except I'm not joking. What are you even saying anymore? Did you see that scene? While you're doing this, my clones are continuously and endlessly created in the Monokuma manufacturing facility.
That's wrong!
What? Those were just stuffed animals.
That's right. I checked them with my own hands. They're just plushies.
Damn it!
You're just bluffing. Monami, finish him off.
Hey,
Even if it's just a plushie, as long as you give it Monokuma's personality, it becomes a fully developed Monokuma.
What did you say? There's no way that's possible. That's not even magic.
Magic?
Could it be?
You have already obtained that much power?
Hey!
Hold on. If you bring up magic so suddenly, we're going to be confused. Unless you mean magic in a technological sense, we won't understand this at all.
Hey!
What's going on? Don't tell me. They're not gonna call this magic or something.
Well, I don't care how you interpret it.
in the end, even if Monami risks her life or does whatever, it doesn't matter to my army of 10 to the power of 60 strong! There's no value in that life you're risking! So how about this? This overwhelming despair! Does it make you dizzy from excitement? What's this?
How many Monomis are left to challenge my army of 10 to the power 60? You don't have to say anything, I know. Let's see, you just have 10 more left, right? I know everything. I am the conqueror of the new world.
I can't lose.
I won't give up, even if I have no chance of winning.
It's okay, Monami. Well?
It's not about giving up, you know?
Let's believe in them.
Let's believe in everyone and leave the rest to them. But...
Right?
Damn it.
What the hell is going on? I do not know for certain, but the only thing I can say is
Please listen!
Monokuma is the enemy of the Future Foundation.
Like...
Does that mean there's another organization that's our enemy besides the Future Foundation?
This is bad.
We're in the situation because we're caught up in a dispute between these two organizations.
Damn it!
Okay, that's it. Let's just leave the talk for later. Because...
Yahoo!
Because this punishment time's gonna start.
Huh? Hold on. Just a little more. Just a little more time.
Shing!
To wait or not to wait, that is the question. But which will cause more despair? That's the real question. If you think about it, you'd know, right? There's no way I'd wait.
But I haven't.
I'm sorry.
Regardless, there's nothing I can say. I'm not allowed to say anything more than I already have. Not that,
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
Oh, you're not gonna continue the rest, okay.
For Chiaki Nanami, the ultimate gamer.
Special bleeding service!
Ah, for Monami too.
Huh?
Why, even Monami? It's just a 2-for-1 special. I could have killed that thing anytime I wanted since she's not a student. And also, I don't need anyone that will defy me anymore.
Uh-huh.
Also, I remember now.
Sorry.
Only child.
That is...
What is that?
It's okay. Even if I'm here, I'd just be a burden anyway. And not just that. I've decided to believe in everyone.
You guys, I'm sorry about so many things. I'm sorry for lying to you. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you to the very end.
Just one last time, let me say something that makes me sound like a teacher. There's no need to be a hero. You don't have to force yourself just to make people acknowledge you. When you do that, you end up blaming yourself, blaming other people, and feeling jealous of everyone. But still, it doesn't have to be like that. Even if people don't acknowledge you, you just have to be someone that you can be proud of. 'Cause you yourself are your biggest supporter. If you can learn to love yourself, that love will continue to support you for the rest of your life. Love, love.
Bye, everyone.
What is this death scene?
It's okay. A shining future will always be waiting for you. It's true. It's absolutely true. 'Cause I know.
Bye-bye. Please don't forget about your teacher.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Even until the very end, I couldn't look away from Chiaki's final moments. Without realizing it, I had fallen to my knees. A feeling of powerlessness spread throughout my body. It's over. I just had to end. Before I could ask what I needed to ask, before I could say what I needed to say, Chiaki vanished before my eyes. I couldn't even tell her, thank you. If I had said that, would she have been comforted a little? As she was executed as the traitor, would she have been comforted a little? I don't know. My chest just hurt.
I don't believe it!
Good gracious, that was such a big surprise. As for Chiaki, she regularly took on the role of point man during the class trials, as did Nagito too.
What?
And not only was she the traitor, she was also Nagito's killer too.
Phew!
Oh well, don't worry about it. There won't be any more situations where you'll need to rely on them.
Huh?
Wait, does that mean...
Now that that annoying rabbit is gone as well, all of the obstacles that have been keeping us stuck on this island are completely gone.
Hey!
Are you serious? We can really leave this island?
I shall now present.
Yup! Congratulations! With this, I shall announce the end of the killing school trip. For you 5 who survived up until now, I shall give you the right to graduate. I don't like that sound. Thank you for all your hard work.
Are you really okay with that?
What do you mean?
There's still 2 days left. If you were acting like your usual self, you would be setting things up so another killing happens right away. You're right. Stop it! What are you saying? What if Mr. Monokuma changes his mind? Also, you said you 5 like you were emphasizing that part. Does that number of people matter more than the remaining time? That's why you're just saying it ends already, even though there are still 2 days left, right?
Huh?
It matters that there are 5 people left?
You.
What the hell? Are you planning to make a volleyball team?
Stupid fool!
You need 6 people for volleyball! Don't stay quiet. Say something. What's your actual purpose? You're our enemy and an enemy of the Future Foundation, so what's your true identity?
Hey,
If the Future Foundation is the world ender, then I will end the new world that the Future Foundation has created.
Huh?
No.
Well, you'll just have to look forward to the rest after the countdown ends. That timer has almost reached 0. If it reaches 0, everything will end. The Future Foundation's lame plan will be nothing but toilet bubbles.
Hey,
And when that time comes, you'll know everything. You'll see all your questions answered in one go. And then, you guys will find out for yourselves just how messed up this new world is.
Hey.
Huh? New world? Don't go saying new shit all of a sudden.
Yep.
Well, just think of the remaining 2 days until the countdown reaches 0 as a bonus.
Yeah.
While you're at it, you should enjoy your life on this tropical island to the fullest. Cause once you leave this island,
Shing!
your hopeless lives back home will be waiting for you.
I'm not gonna do that. No. Monokuma's boisterous laugh carried on for what felt like forever. Our questions, our worries, our sadness were simply ignored. Laughter just kept going forever. As for what we did afterwards, honestly, it doesn't matter at all. I returned to my cottage for the time being and fell asleep. Even after I woke up, my will to move my body didn't come back. That's why I didn't look back on everything that happened up till now. I didn't think about what was going to happen. I just kept praying that nothing else would happen, and burrowed deep into my sheets as if I were trying to hide. In doing so, I was somehow trying to endure the long day. And then the sun finally set. The day feels abnormally long when you spend it praying that nothing happens. Which reminds me, I haven't heard Monokuma's announcement. I guess that isn't needed anymore. Is everything really going to end? What is everything anyway? How far, how much is everything? If we leave this island, is everything going to end? There's still so much we don't know. But our school memories, the future foundation. About our school memories, the future foundation. Hope's Peak Academy, Monokuma's true purpose. Can we really end this and turn our back on all that? And not just that, if we're really leaving, then where are we going? To Hope's Peak Academy? That was my last night at Jabberwock Island. At a place where my worries didn't even matter. Everything was about to end. Eight hours left? 9 hours left, technically. Just under by 5 minutes. I feel like I had a fun dream somehow. I think it was about my childhood. Because of that, I was able to face the day with a somewhat happier feeling than usual. That's right, it's the last day. According to Monokuma. Suddenly, my body shuddered. Right when I opened my eyes, I was gripped by a fear that I never felt before. A fear like I had been abandoned in this world. Completely, utterly alone. With nobody left on this island. Kazuichi, Fuyuhiko, Akane, Sonia. Like everyone was gone and I couldn't find them anywhere. I suddenly couldn't believe in anything, like everything in this world was nothing but lies. Oh, he's having a breakdown. That's it. That is how I feel every time I look in that corner with all the Monokuma dolls. And there's just that one spot that's missing. Oh, that irks me. Okay. I rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. Rushed out of the cottage, desperate to escape that fear. Okay, here we go. See, this is what I've been wondering. This is for some time, because the game started with us kind of... It looked like we were loading into a game, so I'm wondering... It has been on my mind if that is going to come into play. I didn't want to say whether or not this was real or not. Especially with the part with, like, how did we get transported to this island? But... Yep, let's keep glitching out. When I left the cottage, I randomly ran into her.
Hello there.
Hi! Ah, Hajime. Good timing. Good timing? What do you mean?
See?
Remember Nagito's video message that we found at the factory?
Yeah, when we were dealing with the bomb ruckus. What about it?
Well?
Apparently, there was more to that message inside that laptop.
Huh?
Yep.
We weren't able to see it until a day or so had passed. Apparently, it was locked by a timer. Did he set it up so we wouldn't be able to watch it until after the class trial?
Why would he do that?
Perhaps.
Maybe Nagito planned to leave this as a will.
Nagito's will? Where is it right now?
You were just planning to meet at the restaurant and watch it together.
Got it. The restaurant. The restaurant where Chiaki is and something rebooted. Okay. Well, as I said, we're gonna end things here. But next Saturday is gonna be the very, very long... You're still doing okay? You want a present? I'm assuming it's gonna be long. But next set is gonna be... I'm gonna make sure it's the last video. We're just gonna keep going. My voice is probably gonna dry out. Would you like some... I don't know, what can I give you? Here, have a cake. Don't look, you're so happy. I'm kinda curious what would happen if I max out this hope meter. Maybe I'll do that next time. But either way, thank you for liking if you liked. Thank you for commenting if you commented. Thank you for subscribing if you subscribed. Thank you for favoriting if you favorited. Thank you for simply clicking on this video. Until next time, guys. See ya!